Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Chebat. I'll be vlogging here on IMRIC.org, and I'd like to talk about a little bit what got me interested in science and how I came about to come to study here at Hebrew University. So, well, first of all, I come from a family of researchers. My father is a researcher in marketing, and my mother is a researcher in phonetics and linguistics. And so when I was growing up, my parents were always talking about the research projects and science, and in a way that was really passionate, and it was fascinating. So I think I grew up with this idea of doing research and asking yourself questions and not taking things for face value, but trying to understand them a little more. I remember I was interested in psychology. You know, when I was reading books by Carl Jung before I could. There was this one book in particular that got me really interested. It was called Man and His Symbols. And I remember I was very young. I was maybe 11 or 12, but it was really the pictures that fascinated me. I remember flipping through the pages of this book and seeing these pictures of African tribesmen wearing these ceremonial masks. And it was just fascinating. And he was talking about, you know, the unconscious mind, the soul, or consciousness, or whatever you want to call it, this thing that makes us us, that lives inside our brains. And I thought it was a fascinating research topic. And when I did my bachelor at Bishop's University, I got to meet some really passionate and interesting people, researchers as well, my professors, Dr. Stuart McKelvey, Dr. Stout, Dr. Standing, Dr. Drumheller, who really helped forge my mind in terms of research. I met Dr. Maurice Petitot, who at Université de Montréal, who got me interested in the field of sensory substitution and brain plasticity. When I met Dr. Petitot, he was doing research on brain plasticity in the blind, on this idea that it's possible to send sensory information, visual information, through other senses, through the sense of touch. And I thought this was a fascinating research topic, and I started working with him on this topic and navigation in people who are born blind and how their brain can adapt and change to different sensory information. And that's when I started hearing about Amir. And Amir was doing also amazing research, but through the modality of sound, and also exploring brain plasticity in people who are blind and sensory substitution, but sending images in the form of sound. And his research was just so cool, and I became a huge fan of him. And then I got to meet him, and it was like meeting one of your idols. I was at this neuroscience conference, and I was with Maurice, and Maurice introduced me to Amir, and I was like, you know, one of those teenagers when they meet their favorite rock star, and I was all excited. And Amir told me, you know, when you finish your PhD, why don't you come and meet with me? I've been here for a year now, working on these amazing projects with Amir, and I'm just super happy to be here at the Hebrew University and working with my teen idol, with Amir.